Which at 9, we're in a tent in the middle of the woods. I was like, this is amazing.
And I show up and there's loads and loads of like women like in their 40s like queued up to see what I assume was my show. And yeah, it's because Take That were doing a Q&A and then we went in their dressing room. I had some of Robbie's.
I saw the receipt of how much was in it, like the value of the diamonds, and I'm like, I shouldn't have this. Oh my God, you're like Oprah. Put me on a couch and make me cry.
They were the same night though on the English TV. It was like one after the other. This was a memory I got back, a core memory.
I don't think I've
Hard
ever
to know
seen...
that the good, like.
Oh yeah.
You can't recognize your children's faces, but you remember.
But Jet, we're back in 2026. Here we are, and
it sucks. Can we go back?
It is. Hello and welcome to Flashback Tracks, the podcast where we travel back in time with the magic of just one song to explore together some really meaningful memories. I'm Thomas Leeds, and this powerful link between music and memory is something really close to my heart because when I was younger, I woke up from a brain injury with no memories, and it wasn't until years later that one song from the 1980s began to gradually bring those memories back. And I am still on that journey today, which is why I'm so excited to talk to some of my incredible guests about their own past and the songs that can take them back there and see whether that might jog something else for me. So that's exciting. And I am so excited. I'm very excited to have you, lovely listener, gorgeous person who's chosen to hang out with us today with us. So thank you for that. If there's anybody else you can think of who would like to hang out with us, please share this with them. But I am super, super excited because today I have with me two of my favorite award-winning comedians, podcasters, and now authors. They have co-authored the most amazing book, which we will come on to, but this gorgeous Neurodivergent Moments. Mm-hmm. I will, let me actually say your names. Abigoliah and Joe Wells, welcome to Flashback Tracks.
So good to be here.
Us.
How are you doing today?
Good.
We're good.
I love that you're doing a podcast to help trigger memories by song. It's like you're making a really chill memento for yourself.
Yeah. That's a good way of looking at it. I love that. Yeah, it's kind of it's an experiment, as with all things. So yeah, before we go back in time, how are you both in the present today?
Well, this was recorded during a heat wave, so we're just here for the air conditioning.
I was going to acknowledge that. I am so grateful to you guys. So for everybody listening, however many weeks in the future, yes, today was the hottest day of the year so far. Ridiculous in London where we are, and so thank you guys so much for braving the
well, I mean, there was no braving because you did email us before being like, hey, are you guys still set? Just so you know, there's aircon in the studio. Thank you. We have the privilege, it's 94 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know how Celsius works, of drinking coffee today.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
it's so true. So this is actually
what are the poor doing?
Yeah. Yeah, we're very lucky. This studio is beautiful and cool. So but yes, I'm so grateful for you guys to be here. And shall we go back in time?
Let's do it.
Sounds fun. What's really cool about today, I'm gonna get out of my sound zone here. What's really cool about today is that I have two comedians for the price of one. And so we have two tracks here that are going to take us back in time.
I just want everyone to know that the price was free.
was zero. Yes, again, very grateful to you guys. Thank you so much. We'll be plugging your book.
We got cakes. We get paid in
cakes.
As
my publicists always say, we're still in the promo window, so you know. But yeah, no, thank you guys so much. And yes, so I've given you guys the choice of one song each, which is a tough decision to choose one song that takes you back. But alphabetically, I'm going to go Abigoliah first.
Okay.
And also because you are going to take us back the furthest, I think. Yes, we are going to go with the Rolling Stones first. Okay. So Abigoliah, tell us about what is your flashback track that you've chosen?
I picked Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones.
Amazing. What a song.
It's great.
Just so good. And I have it right here, and we are going to put it in our time machine right now. I will just crack that open. Look at this, kids. This is an actual Walkman with actual buttons.
Kids born in 2000 are wondering what that is. They genuinely wouldn't know.
I had a Gen Z or Gen Z, depending on where you are. say to me, "Oh, I had a Walkman once as well," and then it was like, what? I don't know if they still make them, but like it was like a few years ago.
I think Walkman's like a Hoover, isn't it?
Is
Walkman is
it?
the brand rather than
Okay,
yeah.
cool. But yes, it is in your song is in the specific song. I think you already said already.
Sympathy for the Devil.
For everybody listening, my memory is shocking. But yes, the Rolling Stones. It is the correct track. We are going to go back in time. Are we ready? Should we do it?
Let's do it.
The year is 1995.
Yeah.
Where are we? What is happening?
Okay, so for those of you who are like, Sympathy for the Devil did not come out in 95. I was on a backpacking trip, my first ever backpacking trip, which is when you strap all of your food and water and tent to your back and walk out into the woods with my father in the Big South Fork down in Tennessee. And we were camping out. And we're like tucked up into our sleeping bags, right? And I don't know how he got onto it, but he referenced the Rolling Stones in Sympathy for the Devil, and I'm 9. So I went, "Who are the Rolling Stones?" And my dad goes, "Oh man, you don't know who the Rolling Stones are?" And he starts singing Sympathy for the Devil, and to me, and he had a pin light, like a little flashlight. And when it got to "Pleased to meet you, won't you won't you guess my name?" He like lit it under his face, which at 9, we're in a tent in the middle of the woods. I was like, "This is amazing! This is so rock and roll." We get home from this trip, and both of my parents had record players with the big speakers that weigh like 200 pounds each, you know. One was in the living room, one was in the basement that they got probably in the 70s. And my dad's like, "Yeah, I've got to play it for you." And puts it like on, you know, he's got the actual album, plays it on the record, and I'm like, "This is a freaking tune, man." And he was like, I saw them when I was a teenager. They came to Dayton, Ohio, and me and my friend, we hitchhiked there from Eaton, and I still have the tickets. I don't know where they are. And this, like, his love for the Rolling Stones became my love for the Rolling Stones. And then in high school, one time one of my friends was around, and again, the Rolling Stones comes up, and Tara was my friend, was like, "I don't really know anything the Rolling Stones have done." And my dad's like, "Well, we have to fix this." Down back in the basement. And we are, and the record goes on, and, you know, these great speakers, and he plays Sympathy for the Devil. And it just kind of became a thing, you know, and he's playing it, and he's jamming out, and he's like, "I went to see them. I have the tickets somewhere. I don't know where they are." And then in January of 2012, my father passed away, a heart attack, and Tara got in touch and was like, "I remember that
No way.
moment of your dad playing Sympathy for the Devil." And I was like, "Yeah, that was a song." And at his funeral,
Yeah.
you know, you get to play a song at the end, and me and my siblings were like, "We've got to play Sympathy for the Devil." And my uncle was a born again Christian. So you get to this, you know, this whole, you know, his big brother just died, you know, we're all there. It's very emotional.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, whoo, you know, it starts to play. And I heard my uncle behind me go, "Jesus Christ, save them."
That's so good.
After the funeral, my stepmom at the time, we're kind of like going through my dad's stuff. I lived in New York at the time, so I flew down for the funeral. It's not like I had like a U-Haul to take my dad's stuff. And she just hands me this wallet and goes, "Your dad would have wanted you to have this." My dad never carried a wallet. He always carried a money clip. So I was like, what the fuck ever.
I love those things.
Yeah, and I just kind of threw it in the back of a drawer and didn't think about it. And you know, because I just couldn't, you know, I just lost my dad. I was very emotional. And I kind of forgot about it. And then in 2014, I was getting ready to move to London. And when you move, you always have to go through your stuff. What are you throwing away? What are you keeping? When you move countries via plane,
Oh my gosh.
you throw away almost everything. So I'm going through this, and I found this wallet, and I never opened it. And I sat down, and for the now it's like 3 years after my dad passed, I opened it, and the Rolling Stones tickets were in it.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
did I bring a prop? You bet your bottom dollar.
No, stop it.
Yeah, I
Wow.
have them with me.
No. Did you bring?
Yeah, I brought them.
I'm going to cry. Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'll just read this for your audience, and then I'll show you guys. Okay. Oh my God, I have become my father. To take off my glasses to read this, those listening, Toddy. November 27th, 1965, floor seats, $4.
Wow. That
Yeah.
dates it.
Must
Look
have been
at
a very big wallet to fit
Lord.
this in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
I
the
mean,
frame
to be
and
honest,
everything.
they weren't framed. They weren't framed.
That is amazing.
I've since framed them.
That's gorgeous. Thank you. Oh, thanks for sharing. That's so
Isn't that
beautiful. That's
like,
amazing.
when you asked for a song, I was like, oh, this is the first song I did a dance to. This is the first song and then I was like, no, it's got to be this.
Oh, that's so gorgeous.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I can't, like, immediately I
Mm.
told my siblings, I was like, I have the tickets.
That's so beautiful.
have the
I'm
ticket.
sure that, it'll be hard to see that on here, but we'll pop it on the socials. If
Yeah,
that's okay.
for
That's
sure.
so gorgeous.
For sure.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I know that you talk a lot about your mum in the book as well,
Mhm.
and just some really funny memories there as well when you talk about how you'd often wondered whether your mum might have been ADHD as well, and that was really cool. But it sounds like you guys had a really nice, loving home that you grew up in.
No.
No?
There's a reason why my dad isn't mentioned heavily in the book.
Okay.
He was a complicated man
Okay.
who was incredibly loving,
Mm.
incredibly passionate, incredibly curious, also a functioning alcoholic.
Right.
So
okay.
he could also be very dark
Mhm.
and very mean.
Mm.
And so when he passed, and me and my siblings are still dealing with that, is like, you miss him. And towards the end of his life, we didn't have a great relationship, but like still I miss him so much. And now I'm gonna,
Yeah.
oh my God, you're like Oprah. Put me on a couch and make me cry. But
Oh, bless.
with the book coming out is one of those times where I'm like, I wish he could see this,
Mm.
because he was an avid reader and got me into so many things. Like, he's the one who exposed me to theater. He's the one who, like, I really like backpacking in the great outdoors and all this stuff.
Mm.
And he's the one who got me into all of that. And I really wish he had been here to see the book
Oh.
happen. But yeah, you can love someone and
Yeah.
still have a very complicated
Yeah.
relationship
I
with
mean,
them.
look, all of us, we all have parents of that generation.
Yeah.
So it's the two things can be true at once,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's gorgeous. So we're gonna have so many stories, but I'm gonna now fast forward to Joe's memory.
Yeah,
and
top
then we're
that,
Joe. Tell us what your chosen flashback track
I've got a
is.
dad song too.
You do?
Yeah.
I was like,
mine-
oh, wait a minute. Let me just work this out. This is also your dad's song.
Yeah, should I just say what the song is?
Yeah, sure.
It's
go for it.
Frownland by Captain Beefheart and his magic band.
Which is so out there. I love it.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm going to pop it in here and we're going to hit fast forward now because, look, even I've forgotten how to use this. We're going to hit fast forward because it's going to take us forward in time from where we were just now. Okay, should we do it?
Let's go for it.
It is now 2003. What is happening? Where are we?
My dad played me Captain Beefheart, and my dad was there's things that we don't have, a lot of things we don't have in common. He is a big music fan, a big record collector. And I think up until around this point, often I wasn't as interested in the music that he was listening to. He's a huge Bruce Springsteen fan, like to the point of being like,
so good.
if Springsteen plays 2 dates
Yeah.
in London, he's going to both of those
Absolutely.
dates. You know?
Yeah.
And he has a bookcase of Springsteen CDs.
Oh my God.
Good
He's
man.
only got about 20 albums, but it's every bootleg recording of
Oh,
every
amazing.
Springsteen concert ever.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate Springsteen now, but it was never quite my thing. And lots of stuff he was into wasn't quite my thing. And, but yeah, I would have been about 14. So had spent a few years really into heavy metal. And but then he played me this. I saw a YouTube comment that described the song as both a 1 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10 at the same time. And it's so abrasive and mad,
Right.
and like the lyrics are really happy.
Yeah.
But then it's just like it's something you hear and you go, what the fuck have I just listened to?
It's like a Marmite that could grow on you or could go the other way, or like, you know.
It's like nothing, and it just completely blew me away.
Yeah.
And I think opened up a whole new world of sort of music that my dad would listen to, and I think I didn't really connect with a lot of music of that. I think 2003 was quite a boring time for music. I think it was the height of like sort of
It was when all
those
talent shows came in, you know, like not Britain's Got Talent. It started with like Pop
it was
Idol,
Pop
and then
Idol,
like
and
it
X
was like
Factor was the pop music, and then the guitar music was sort of indie landfill stuff, which I never liked. Hip hop had sort of crawled up its own ass.
Yes.
What a beautiful way to explain it.
Bad new metal music, and so there wasn't much like interesting going on, and this was just like I was like, wow, I think this was like I love music, and I also just love all sort of culture, and the thing that I'm looking for is stuff where you go, what the fuck is this? It's like nothing I've ever heard before, and I think that everything I like is stuff that when I went to university, and there were certain books that I read where I went, wow, that's amazing. I can't reading like James Joyce, and you're like, there's a line between Captain Beefheart and James Joyce, I think, of like stuff like, what the earth is going on? What's being thrown at me?
100%.
And I think this was the starting point.
Like specific memories of that time, like when you hear that song, does it sort of evoke any memories in particular, or are
definitely
they kind
of sort of like finding my own identity a bit, and I think that I was very clear that I wasn't like I wasn't like my peers, and I think when I was sort of 13, 14, I'd listen to heavy metal because that's what you do, and that's like the music that's the outsider music, but it's a bit of a sort of cookie cutter version of being an outsider. And then this was like a new thing where like, oh no, actually this is more what I am, and you know, I'm someone that's into weird is what I want,
the good stuff.
and so I think that's yes, and that there's lots of sort of, you know, like what I love about music is if you listen to Captain Beefheart, then you listen to Frank Zappa, and then you listen to all sort of like you find different unusual things. And by the time I was sort of 16, I was sort of fully converted to stuff that no one else listened to. My peers, you know, I was at college wearing like, which I think is less unusual now because I think young people listen to older music now in the way they didn't when I was young. But you know, I had my Smiths t-shirt on, and no one knew who that was, and like, and I was listening to Captain Beefheart and like Rufus Wainwright and stuff that sort of wasn't aimed at teenagers. Anoni, I was just loads of Anoni stuff, and like no one knew, that was so like no one was into
crazy to think there was a time when no one knew who the Smiths
I
was.
know, right?
but I think no one of my generation was, because I think it's like music's not as generational as it.
Well, to pull back to my own story, like when my dad went to see the Rolling Stones, they hadn't broken in America yet. That's why it was so cheap. And like he talks about like sitting on those floor seats, and because it was a concert in 65, him and his friend wore suits because that's what you did. And then they show up, and first of all, they're the only white people there. Like it was like only black people in at least Dayton, Ohio knew who the Stones were. And then it's my cherub-faced teenage father who probably was able to grow a mustache by then, but that's as much as he got. And his friend in their nice little suits just being like, yeah!
I love that.
Was it a time when you had the seating and people would stand and rush the stage and
I mean, rushing.
When you say floor seats, is this seats on the floor, not standing?
The way, that's a really good question, and sadly, we can't ask it. But the way the tickets look is that they had seats because it's 2K5 and 2K6. So they had a row and a seat. So yeah,
so it must have been.
it would have been more of a concert style. It would have been, although, fun fact, one of my uncles was at one of the concerts where, was it the Who or was it the Stones who hired the Hells Angels?
It was the Who, wasn't it?
It was the Who? I want to say it was the Who, but now I'm like, maybe
I
it's
think
the
you're right. Yeah,
But someone
as their
got
security.
as their security, and someone got shot.
Oh wow!
One of my uncles was there.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Anyway, fun fact.
That's brilliant. I love
I'm
it.
really
Your uncle
into
wasn't a
musical
Hell's
theater.
Angel, is that the twist?
No, he's a good old boy.
Oh,
but
man. That's so great. I mean, going back to your childhood. And so again, like you grew up in Ohio, and where was it? Because obviously you made this incredible decision to move to New York eventually to pursue comedy. Was that, I mean, do you remember a time when you were thinking about that first, or were you just...
I don't remember not knowing I was going to move to New York. I was like 7, and I was like, I'm going to be a Broadway star.
Of course.
And I'm really lucky because I had really supportive parents who were just like, you can do anything you want. And I'll tell you, people always say that's great. They lied.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not that great. But yeah, so for me, and I had parents who were like, and then you go to college. Like, I had parents who were like, and then you leave.
Yeah.
Like, there was, I feel like I was always told, like, you grow up here and then you go somewhere else. And there was never this, like, pull to come home.
Yeah.
So I'm quite lucky in that respect. So for me, moving to New York was just the next big adventure. As far as high school goes, like I wasn't popular. You know, I was a theater kid and a band geek and all this stuff. And I was picked on a little bit, but I talked to some friends who were like bullied in school, and it really has shaken. Like I'm 40 now, and I know people who still haven't recovered from being bullied as kids.
I'm one of them.
Yeah. So there's so many. But
Yeah.
for me, high school was literally like, I just do my time and then I'm out. Like I was like prison for me. I was like, I just do my nickel and then I'm out.
Yeah.
And so none of it ever bothered me that much because I was like, I'm not going to be talking to you in a year. Like, it doesn't matter. And now...
This is what I tell my kids all the time. But at the same time, so I'm always like, you're never going to see these guys again.
It's true,
when they're
though.
annoyed. But at the same time, I try to constantly empathize with these kids that everything is a big deal at that age.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, I can see, I'm 40, almost 43 now. I'm like, you'll never see these people again. But my poor babies, they have to be in there with these people every day. And if you're 10 or 7, as they are, like, everything is huge.
Yeah.
And it's no good a 40-something-year-old saying, oh, you'll never see these people again.
Yeah.
But that's good to know, though, that it wasn't complete hell for you.
No, I mean, I just knew I was going to leave. So it didn't matter. And then I did. And now, I look back at people who bully me and I'm like, where are they? I mean, I hope they grew up, got the help they needed and are living happy lives. But that's like, I live in central London and I'm on this podcast. I won.
You're the winner. That's
I have a book.
Yeah, absolutely. And congrats again, guys, on the book. It's absolutely... I was remembering one of the many hilarious things in this book. Honestly, for the person listening and watching, you will not be disappointed if you buy this book. It is so funny, but also really, really touching. And just talking about New York and your move there, I remembered the months when you were talking about cycling, doing your deliveries. Do you want to talk about that? Because that was really funny.
Yeah, so I was, for a brief time, a bicycle messenger in New York, which basically means you drive around on a bike and you deliver legal documents, jewelry. I did a lot of stuff running in the the jewelry district, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
It's just insane what they will give someone with a company bag. I worked for Breakaway Courier, and it's just like they just hand you this box. And one time I saw the receipt of how much was in it, like the
Wow.
value of the diamonds, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I shouldn't have this on. And then you get on your bike and you drive somewhere, you ride somewhere else and you drop it off.
Mm.
I didn't do it for that long, but it was one of those things that one, it's a freaking cool job to talk about, but
Yeah.
it was a really fun job, and I was so bad at it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not good at it. Like New York's on a grid system, and I
Yeah.
still got lost.
Oh my gosh. But
And
then it's kind of worse because it all looks the same.
yeah,
So it's like, yeah.
and two, it's like when you deliver to a building, like especially like a skyscraper, you don't go into like floor 3
Right. Yeah.
this lawyer's office. You have to go around to the messenger center,
Yeah.
which is in the back of the building. So they'll give you the address that is like the front of the building,
But
and
you
they
have to
won't let
go.
you walk in there
Oh,
because you're a
gosh.
disgusting bicycle
Right,
messenger.
yeah.
So you have
With
to
gold in your
yeah,
bag.
yeah, with jewels and and you carry
Ironically.
around a lot of like sample dresses for design houses. So you'd have like a Chanel couture and like jewels and legal documents, and you're like, what is my life? I remember one time I was parked, and this is before smartphones, and so
Mm.
I had a map of New York, and I'm like, I'm new. Everyone knew when I was new because my bag was so clean,
Yeah.
and I've got this little map out, and I hear this guy be like, "Hey messenger, what's going on? Where are you trying to go?" And I was like, I'm trying to go here. It was the guy who was emptying the trash bins on the street, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you working for Breakaway Courier? They're good. I used to be a messenger back in the day. Yeah, who's your dispatcher?" Because you had a guy who sent you your runs. Is like, Ed. Hey, okay, Ed started working there after me. I don't know Ed, but yeah, you're carrying your bag too low. It's gonna hit your tire. You're carrying it too. Come here. And he just and not in like nowadays, I think people would be like, he touched me. And it's not sexual or weird. He
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
like tightens my bag, like
Yeah.
my strap across it, pulls it real tight so it's up high, and he goes, "See, this is how you carry your bag, so it doesn't hit the back of your tire, and so it's close to you. It's safer that way. That's what you gotta do. Okay, you're trying to get a park from here. What you gotta do is you gotta go down this way, and then once you hit this, you're gonna turn right. You think you'll want to wait one more, but you don't. You turn right here, and then okay. So what you'll need to do to get to the messenger center is it's actually on Park. So
Oh
what
my
you'll need to
God.
do is you'll need to go right." It was just I had never talked to one of the trashmen in New York in my life, and may I say, most friendliest, helpful people I've ever
Oh,
met.
that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
messenger.
It's it's such a wild place, that city, even now. I think like it's and which takes me back to, by contrast, to Portsmouth, which is, I think,
That is where I live, yeah. Grew
yes,
up near.
and you grew up there.
Yeah.
And immediately I'm thinking, going back to the book again, thinking of your tortoise turtle story
Mm.
with the outrageous name that was given to that guy.
Paddington Infant School.
Oh, it was a lady turtle, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sorry, I remember. It's very important. Because I just remember you talking about like how it should have, it would be like the biggest day of her life, and yeah, tell that story because that was so funny. If you want.
Well, yeah, we had an assembly which did you have assemblies in the States in the same way as this?
We didn't. This is what I find so interesting about Britain is you're such a secular country
Mm,
in so many ways. Like I think everyday life you're secular, but at the same time, the head of state is also the head of the church, and you
right.
guys sang hymns in school,
Yeah.
and we absolutely not. In a
Mm.
public school, you did not
We
sing
had
hymns.
prayers in school. We do.
I mean, you know what we had though?
I mean, I
The
literally.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, you're right though. It's such a weird mix, isn't it? And I went to a state school for a bit, but then I was in this school literally run by monks. So yeah,
Whoa.
if you can imagine that. So yeah, it's a miracle that any of us are.
I remember in my primary school, I think, and I'm sure I'm remembering this right. This is the kind of thing which, if it happened now, there'd be like a Daily Mail story about it.
Yeah,
That we do prayers,
right.
but one of the teachers to sort of celebrate multiculturalism decided we'd have prayers from different faiths, and we'd all do different.
Interesting.
Like one day we were doing like an Islamic prayer, and
sounds
then
like
we'd
my
do a
kids.
Christian prayer. Like, yeah.
Oh man.
But what I'm picturing is like a white teacher being like,
Yeah,
and
yeah, it
now
was
I will
very much
yeah.
that. Yeah,
lead
yeah.
you.
It
Well, wait,
wasn't any.
my kids at the moment, it's really funny because their school is next door to the mosque, and so they do a lot with that community. So even though it's a complete mix, it's really lovely because they're all sort of mixed and they get to learn about each other. But what was so funny was when the school was doing this thing where they were taking all the kids to all the different churches. So one week they'd go to the church, next week they go to the synagogue, and it was so funny because at first they did the mosque, and they already kind of knew a lot about that because people are in the school there as well.
Well, they would go there, yeah.
And my kids, and then by the time, so then it was like the synagogue, and then they went to the church. By the time they got to the Christian church, they were like, "Oh no, it's nothing." They were like really unimpressed. They were like, "It's nothing on the pillars and everything." It was so funny.
I like that they're sort of ranking the religions.
As they do with everything. It's so funny. And going back to the book as well, and just for me personally, it's been so cool because I'm lucky enough to live with two autistic people, and just seeing how differently life can be, especially in school and stuff like that. And it was just really cool to also with the ADHD side of things. I think I said to you guys already, I'm constantly being told that I'm ADHD. But what's interesting for me is that I don't, so up until recently, I didn't have any memories of my life before my accident. So I'd forgotten everything.
When did your memory start to come back?
So the first flashbacks was my accident was 2003. So 2013, it was like literally 10 years later.
Wow.
Yeah. And this one song, The Whole of the Moon by the Waterboys, kind of triggered these flashbacks. Wow. Joe, you probably remember.
I do from our
and then
yeah.
And then over several years there were other things, and now I've suddenly got quite a lot back, which is so cool now because I'm able to finally join in the conversation with like the nostalgia stuff. But it's but yeah, the ADHD thing, because what was so funny was like everything that I was struggling with, or I was different, the way I did things differently was always, I would just put it down to the brain injury because I was like, oh, I'm forgetful. I'm like not very good at organizing this, or I'm terrible with money, or like whatever. All this stuff, it was like, oh, that's the brain injury. And now I remember, because people had told me that I was terrible at school and that I really struggled with this and that and whatever. But until you actually remember, and so I had never had a diagnosis. And obviously back in our day, nobody, it just wasn't a thing, was it? It was like, also I was very dyslexic, so people, you just get called stupid or whatever back then.
Yeah.
And but it's really interesting now because now I can see what has changed and what was there before.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, yeah, maybe, maybe it is a thing. And what's really cool is that you guys are both your partners are both, you're like opposite, like your ADHD, autism. And it's so funny because my wife Sophie is autistic, and it's like, oh yeah, maybe we seem to work really well together. It seems to be a good mix. So who knows? I am not diagnosed, but everyone's constantly telling me
it's a good pairing. I just want to take a quick pause because we as neurodivergent people often do went off on a tangent, and I'm worried that the listeners are like, well, what happened to the tortoise? You never finished.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
So one of our school assemblies, non-religious ones, was that someone brought a tortoise in, and it wasn't like a zoo or anything. It was just a man that owned a tortoise, and he brought the tortoise in. And during the assembly, there was a Q&A. First question was, what is the tortoise's name? And he said she doesn't have a name, the tortoise. And there was a competition school. Everybody was allowed to suggest a name, and most of the children wrote their own name. But I suggested that we name the tortoise Padnell Infant School, which was the name of the school that we went to.
Perfect.
And my reasoning was, if we name her Padnell Infant School, then every time she hears her name, she'll be reminded of her day at Padnell Infant School. And I sort of thought about, when we learned about hibernation, and I thought, when she's put down to hibernate for the last time, her owner would say to her, "Good night, Padnell Infant School," and she'd hear that name, and that'd be her last memory.
Yeah.
And came second, someone who wrote Shelley, and I'm still.
outrageous.
Still angry. Yeah.
I'm angry about it as well.
I'm glad I wrote about it in the book. I feel like I've settled the score now that it's out in the book. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
and you know what? It's because of your beautiful brain that thought of the name Padnell Infant School that you've not only written this book, but you've written 3 books. That person who wrote Shelley.
Yeah.
What the hell have they written?
I think there's all these
They-
aspects of autistic thinking, which are just a bit sort of like unusual and just sort of very logical, where like I think everything sort of made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it wasn't like I just invented a weird word. Like it sort of had some reasoning behind it, and it's interesting. Like that's the thing which quite a few people have said to me, that they've, as an autistic person, that they can sort of connect with that as a thing they relate to, even if it's not like part of a diagnostic criteria.
Yeah.
That it's sort of like a very, that it's a way of thinking that other people are connecting with and going, that's what I would come up with something
I love
like that.
about your podcast as well, is that it's like, it's not trying to, diagnose or categorize or anything. It's just these moments that so many of us recognize, and, sharing those moments and talking about that. I just love, it's just very relatable for a lot of people.
Both
in the community.
We have a podcast also called Neurodivergent Moments, and both in the podcast Neurodivergent Moments and the book Neurodivergent Moments, we really wanted to talk about neurodivergent culture and in the lighter sides of things, and we pretty much steer away from anything diagnostic and medical. So what we try to be is funny and relatable. Don't come to either the podcast or the book looking for answers. They're not there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Joe talks a lot about neurodivergent culture and autistic culture, and I've learned a lot from him doing these projects. And
I mean, I think the self-help area is fine as it is. There's plenty there if you need it. So I think, just a bit of laughter, but also there was some really, really touching stories in there as well. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was one of the probably the fastest book I've read this year.
It is short.
I mean, I was hooked. My poor kids needed me, and I was like, no, sorry.
We're still in the car.
Yeah, I was trying to cook and things, but it's so good. Honestly, can't recommend it higher. Is there an embarrassing moment? This goes to both of you guys. An embarrassing moment that you would rather forget?
Oh, I wish.
We can go back as far as you like, or we can be in the the near past.
I think, probably being a teenage goth is quite embarrassing. But actually, I think it's a rite of passage, and and I think it's I wouldn't take it away. No.
It's funny, isn't it? When you get to this, it's nice. You get to this point, and you think, you know what? That's part of. It's fine, and it's.
I think when you're young, you're searching because, and then in my late teens, I was very sort of political, and that was very much my identity. I think when you're young, you're searching for an identity, and there's lots on offer to you. So you go, I'll be the heavy metal person, or I'll be the sort of a political person.
Yeah,
and then you eventually are able to find a version of yourself, which is you.
Yeah,
it's kind of one that is. Not really an embarrassing moment so much because it happens all the time, but I'm sure you'll find this relatable.
Yeah.
In stand-up, because you see people so often, there comes a point where I would stop introducing myself to people because I'm like, oh, maybe I've met them.
Yeah.
And so I'll just be cool about
it.
And I remember specifically it was Carl Donnelly. Him and I were on a show, and I was like, I know this man. I respect his work. I know we've never met.
Yeah.
I'm going to be brave. I'm going to introduce myself because I really like what Carl does.
Yeah.
And I walked up to him and I went, hello, I'm Abigoliah Shamaun. And I held out my hand like a good Midwestern Lutheran, like, let's shake. And he shakes my hands and he goes, hello, Abigoliah. We've met several times. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
And like the thing that really gets me specifically about that one, and I've done that so many times, is just like, I was like, I want him to know who I am
Yes.
because we've never met. And
Yeah.
he's like, we've hung out a lot.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, have you changed your hair? Why don't I remember this? Because I respect you so much.
Was it
I
he
wish
used to have big curly hair, didn't he? Do you think that's the thing?
Yeah, maybe it's
Yeah.
when
The
he got
one
rid of
that's I've done, which is more embarrassing, because where I'm a comedy fan as well as a comedian. I've had things where I've seen people who I've seen on TV
Yeah.
and not remembered that I've never met them and had conversations like with friends.
We're like, we go
And-
back.
Yeah,
We just.
yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I wish I could say I didn't relate to that immensely, but yeah. Oh my God, just constant. Because I have.
At least you can be like, I had a brain injury.
Well, this is the
I'm just
thing.
like,
I
I was drunk.
Yeah, I feel really in a weird way. Yeah, there's been a lot of downside to it as well. But yeah, sometimes I am lucky to have that umbrella kind of, because I do get away with that. People are, it's okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so I literally can't recognize faces anymore. So I have almost picked up the wrong children before.
Oh,
It's
wow.
that level, and it's like yeah, so I'm constantly doing that, and I'm always introduced to but you get to a point after all these years where you just think, I'm going to be bold, I'm just going to go, and then I got I always meet the most important person at whatever I'm at first, and don't recognize them or ask them what they do or whatever. It seems to just be a thing where it's like, really, okay. So yeah, I just try and.
I'm just picturing you
Oh man.
being honored at like Buckingham Palace and turning to King Charles, being like,
And
"So
what
do
do
you
you
work
do?"
here?"
Yes.
You kind of run the place.
Honestly, yeah, it would. Yeah, hopefully that would never happen. But oh man,
For so many reasons.
for
Go
so
on.
many reasons, yeah, it will never happen. But yeah, I mean. That's funny that we mentioned sort of famous people, because I was going to ask, like, are there any celebrity encounters that that you'll never forget? Because I guess
I had
in
my
comedy.
photo taken with Falcon from Gladiators.
No
Oh.
way. That's
It's
amazing.
very exciting, yeah.
And was that
There was a
that
Q&A
back in the day?
and almost every question was about Wolf.
Oh my God. Was that back in the day?
That was at school, yeah.
Oh.
Was that another assembly? You guys.
It was. We had great assemblies
you
taught
had-
us
The
with Falcon from
assemblies.
Gladiators,
All
yeah.
of our assemblies were about like, don't have sex and
Yeah.
don't do drugs.
I
Your
mean-
school was.
Oh, we
Did
had
the
those as well,
gladiators
but
come
yeah,
and teach you
once-
that? Stood there in their tight, whatever. Oh,
I
man.
still have I'll send you the picture of me with Falcon. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's such a good one.
She
It's-
had a very dated haircut at the time. It was like an 80s mullet.
man.
But this was the
Was
it
that
would
a
have been
thing in the
mid-90s.
States though? The gladiators
Oh,
thing?
huge.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
was
they're,
it?
they're,
I was
I
surprised.
think the American Gladiators.
Yeah.
They're
Oh.
called the American.
Yeah, well.
I might be wrong in this, but I
Yeah.
feel like that's our
Did you have a
baby.
Yeah,
Did you have a wolf?
Wolf.
Was there
yeah,
a wolf?
Yeah, there's.
Was it the same wolf?
I would
He
assume
was sort of like
so.
a villain wolf.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
like
yeah. I think it's an export from us. I could be
Oh
wrong.
yeah, I know. It
Ah.
seems. It doesn't seem like something a
The
British
new
person cooked up.
Gladiators is all you guys. Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't, as far as I know, there's not an American recreation of
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I would say mine is. So I have another podcast I do called All British Comedy Explained.
Yes, big fan.
Thank you. Which, if you're into nostalgia, me and my other co-host, Tom Zielinski, watch old British comedies, and he kind of explains them to me. He tells me the history of them. It's edutainment. Sometimes we get people on who have been a part of these shows. So we had Jeff Posner on, who directed Victoria Wood As Seen on TV,
Okay.
or Ben Elton, who wrote The Young Ones. And for The Fall and Rise of Reginald Perrin, we couldn't get anyone, but someone who's a fan of that show and a fan of our podcast was David Tennant.
Oh.
And by the way, Tom knows David, so that's how we knew that David was listening to the podcast.
Yeah. That must have been wild. to know that.
It was pretty great. And so David came on the podcast, and because my name is Abigoliah.
Right. Yeah.
It's a hard name to say. It's a hard name to wrap your head around. And I don't have any problem when people have trouble saying it or grappling with it. It's part of it. So whenever we start an interview, I'd always be like, and my name is Abigoliah. And some people, you could tell, we're just like, I'm not going to get it. And just don't say my
Yeah.
name. and this is like in any sort of interview situation, and other people really try. And David just looks at me and goes, yes, Abigoliah, of course. And he said it so smoothly.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, you're good. Like, you've been practicing that. Like, I was like, I know why you're famous now.
Oh my
Like, it
God.
was just like, so he's like, yes, Abigoliah. I love you. I recognize your voice. And I was just like, man, you are as cool as everyone thinks you
Oh my
are.
God.
Because it just,
Isn't that nice when
Yeah.
you're not just, you know how they say don't meet your heroes, but
Yeah.
it's so nice when you meet someone. I recently met Tom Allen, who I adore, who I think I've now mentioned twice on this podcast. You're welcome, Tom. Just
Yeah, he really needs
he
the
really needs
promo.
that. Yeah, no, but he was just the loveliest person, and yeah, just it's so nice when they don't disappoint you. You know, when you meet somebody you really, yeah. So, but that's great.
Yeah.
That must have been amazing. We are now going to take a speed drive down memory lane. And I hope that these references will work for both of you.
I'm sure
because,
we'll be
fine. So yeah, this is the 90s edition because I think we're all okay
I
with
was
that.
born 89. So,
You were? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So
Well, it might
have
be,
the
I
whole
mean, you know,
90s.
some of the late 90s. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. So you guys good to go?
Yes.
Okay. Candy cigarettes or push pops?
I don't remember what a push pop was.
I do push pop all the way.
Yeah?
Push pop all the way.
Nice.
Candy cigarettes taste of nothing.
Yeah.
They still make candy cigarettes, and I had.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're just called candy sticks now, aren't they?
They're
Not
called
quite-
candy sticks,
yeah.
but they always come with a
With a
tattoo.
But it lasts a long time. You have, it's fun for a day, and then you have 2 weeks of like just sort of half of Batman on your arm. Yeah.
That's great.
My partner really likes candy sticks, so we always have them in the house. And I'm like, they're just got push pops. Oh, now,
Push
now I
pops.
gotta go find
Whatever
some
a push pop is, I'm going to go for that.
It's
yeah.
like it's essentially a lolly or a sucker, but it comes in like a tube, like a chapstick, and you push it up, and you can suck on it.
Yeah.
It's more fun
I
because it's
remember having
interactive.
those. Do you remember those Chupa Chups things that'd be like a shark and you push it and then
Yes.
the lolly comes out?
Man, they
Is it
were
like
doing
that?
great
They
stuff.
were
with
doing
Yeah.
such
candy
good
back
stuff.
in the
I
day.
mean, there's so much that I'm outraged that it's been. Okay, so back to this. Sega Mega Drive or PlayStation?
See, I was not a video game kid.
Oh.
However, my orthodontist had an arcade game of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
So on that alone, I'm gonna go Sega.
I'm going to go
Perfect.
PlayStation for Medieval.
Oh,
That was fantastic.
okay. Yeah, nice. Love it. Blur or Oasis?
Pulp.
Pulp. No, love it. That's a really good answer. We're getting a lot of those.
I'll go Rolling Stones.
There we go. Perfect.
No, you know what? I feel like Oasis might have had a bigger moment in America. I remember my older sister having an Oasis CD.
Yeah.
So on that alone, have to choose.
That's
I'll go
impressive because I
Oasis.
wasn't sure they had kind of broken at all.
Yeah, they
so-
broke over there.
Oh,
I
okay.
vaguely remember Blur, but they didn't mean as
Yeah.
like here. People are like, we
Oh,
want
yeah.
it.
It was massive.
Yeah.
School disco or school trip?
School trip, but school was
School
trip.
disco is such a British phrase.
Yeah, I mean, we called them school dances.
Yeah.
I did always like a school dance.
Yeah.
I'm going to go school dance.
Nice. Gladiators or Baywatch?
Gladiators.
Yeah.
It's easy.
They were the same night, though, on the English TV. It was like one
really?
after the other. This was a memory I got back, a core memory.
I don't
It's
think I've
good
ever
to know
seen.
that like
Oh, yeah.
you can't recognize your children's
No.
faces, but
No,
you
but
remember-
Jet. Do you remember Jet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this clear
Yes.
vision now of Jet there in her. I mean,
I don't think I've
Sexual
ever seen
awakening.
I mean,
Baywatch.
so many of them in that show.
Yeah.
All types. Sunny D or Tango?
Sunny D.
Sunny D.
obviously, yeah.
Sunny D.
It may turn you orange, doesn't it? That's
Yeah.
why Donald Trump is the way he is. 'Cause he's drank too much Sunny D.
Definitely. So again, I don't know how much you'll relate to this, but Spice Girls will take that.
I mean, that was not nearly as big. However, I wanted to be Scary Spice.
Yes.
I never tried to do the costume accurately.
Right.
There are no pictures of that.
I mean, yeah.
But definitely Spice Girls. I know who Take That is, but Spice Girls.
I fucking hate Take That.
Yeah.
Spice
Do
Girls
you
all the
really?
way.
Yeah.
Because Take That are like a pop group that think they're better than pop music. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Whereas
yeah.
Spice Girls like, hey, we're fun pop music. This
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah, I suppose they've kind of owned
Whereas Take
the
That is
whole...
like for like, oh, it's actually like people go, oh, Gary Barlow is actually a very good songwriter. It's very like, it's very like, and that's what I hate. Like, be pop music, be fun.
I love that you just say it, Joe. I love
Yeah.
it.
And you know what? Always
We
right.
shared a dressing
Yeah.
room with Take That.
You and I did.
Yeah. Do you remember when we did what's it called? 21 Soho, and we couldn't get into the green room because there was we
Was
No
that
way.
who was in there?
yeah, we showed up and there's loads of like my audience is what you'd expect it to
Yeah.
be, the people who come to see it. It was a tour show.
Yeah.
And then I show up and there's loads and loads of like women like in their 40s like queued up to see what I assume was my show. And yeah, it's because Take That were doing a Q&A and then we went in their dressing room. I had some of Robbie's hummus.
That would have been so
Yes.
funny if like the audiences had got muddled up and you'd ended up they'd be like, he's changed. Like
Take That looks out into a room of just awkward purple hair, metal shirts, asymmetrical haircuts.
that could have gone very differently. Oh man. Tamagotchi or Furby?
Oh, I kind of hate both.
Well, that's a good answer.
I really wanted a Tamagotchi, and then
Yeah.
when my parents bought me it, I was like, "This is too much work,"
It's
and
too
I just
much
let
pressure.
it die.
Yeah.
Furbies look. They stole it from Gremlins. Let's not pretend they didn't.
Yeah.
I'll go Furby, but I don't like them.
There's something
Yeah.
quite mystical about Furbies. People weren't sure. Wasn't there some investigation where like
Probably.
people thought that they were spying for Russia or something like that?
And little
Probably.
did they know, cut to 2026 and everything is spying on us. Furby is the only safe thing to have.
Oh man. That's so good. I love it. Okay, we've got to be quick now. Fresh Prince or Friends?
Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fresh Prince. Yeah,
Love it. I mean, it was so good. Britney or Backstreet Boys?
It's Britney,
yeah.
bitch.
Yes. Love it. This is a contentious one. Pizza Hut buffet or McDonald's Happy Meal?
Pizza Hut buffet.
I
Yeah.
mean, we have a good friend who still gets down with the Pizza Hut buffet.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
he's
as good as when we
devastated
were
that we lose
kids.
quite a
This has
few.
been
Yeah.
a conversation
Do you
several
reckon
times.
there's one
already.
near here?
I mean, I bloody
Can we
hope
go for
so.
Pizza Hut buffet?
I still think about we should.
This podcast is sponsored by.
Oh,
Pizza Hut
please,
buffet.
anytime. I just have these beautiful memories. Again, what's really important, these memories of the ice cream factory, as it was called, where you could just,
Yeah.
all that pumping and all the garbage you could put
You
out.
make
And
it
you
sound
made
so
yourself
much
sick with
sexier.
Yeah,
pizza by
all
the
the
time you had it. Yeah.
Rugrats or SpongeBob?
I was more of a
Rugrats.
Rugrats.
Yeah.
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
You
But
have a
SpongeBob
touch
is-
of the Chucky, and that's a compliment.
Oh.
Right? Do
SpongeBob
you see it?
is
Yeah, I see
later,
it
isn't
now.
it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I just
think.
remember Tommy and it was so good. And Angelica was just something else.
Yeah.
Wow.
We aspire to. Everyone wants. You need a little Angelica in your
Yeah.
life. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, we're going to go back to the present now. We're back in 2026. Here we are. And
It sucks. Can we go
It's
back
just
again?
it is
horrible.
hot out there. Yes, it's a lot warmer than it was back then. Yeah, so something I've learned on this journey with my brain injury is that memories, as important as they can be and as much as they can teach us about ourselves, don't have to define us. And it's kind of because for a long time I had to live without memory from before. And so I'm always thinking about, today and the choices we make today and how that's kind of what's cool about today is that you actually get to live. And as great as memories can be, it's kind of nice sometimes to remember that this is the most important time in a lot of ways. And you don't need to, so I just wondered, what's a new happy memory you guys are going to make?
That we're gonna make in the future.
In the future or today or whenever? Pizza Hut buffet.
No, I always regret the Pizza Hut buffet. It's
Yeah.
never a good
Oh.
memory. It's a good
Seems
thing
like a
that
good
I
idea at the
want,
time.
and then and I enjoy it at the time.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I feel physically sick.
I don't think this is exactly answers the question, but I will say when you are in the creative arts like we are, it's so easy to be in a moment and look forward and reach for the next thing, the better
Yeah.
book, the better joke, the
Yeah.
better this. And I think sometimes it's really nice to look where you are in the
Yeah,
moment and just go,
100%.
I've come pretty far
Yeah.
and this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Again, I grew up in Greenville, Ohio, and I
Yes.
live in central London. Like, I won.
You won.
I won.
You're the winner. If it weren't for the mics, I'd high five.
Yeah. I mean, what is the homecoming queen doing?
I mean, yeah.
You know, I
Who
think she's in
cares?
Chicago and is a high-powered lawyer. But
Look at this. Look at this.
I wrote a
As well as
book.
so many other amazing achievements.
Mm.
Guys, I am so happy for you. This is absolutely gorgeous. I read it in one day, literally. And yes, Neurodivergent Moments is the book of the year that you need to read. As you mentioned earlier, it's not even that long. Look,
Yeah.
you can digest. It's very digestible.
Yeah.
But it is just so gorgeous. And yes, go and get your copy now. It's available now everywhere you get your books. And I just want to say a huge thank you first to everybody at home or wherever are you listening or watching, hopefully not driving. Thank you so much for being here with us. Also, I would love to hear about your flashback tracks. What are your songs that take you back? What is the memory that comes back for you? Get in touch on our socials and I will be reading out some of those. If you have a hilarious memory, that would be even better. Whatever the memory is, let us know. And please make sure that you subscribe. And a huge, huge thank you to Joe and Abigoliah for being here with me today. Thank you for hanging out. Also, if there's somebody that you think of that would like to hang out with us as well, please share with them. But guys, thank you so, so much for this. It's been such a pleasure. And I am just so pumped for everything you're doing right now. I'm sure you're gigging later today.
Mhm.
You guys never rest, do you?
No, yeah, we're always working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations again on the book. Everybody go and buy it. Thank you for being here on Flashback Tracks. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you so much
Thank
for having
you.
us.